Who's ready? Who's ready for some boom, baby, boom, rise and shine? Who's else in this morning marijuana motivation time? I think I got some fans, but nobody's paying attention to them because I have the inner power. If I give my power away, then it's lost upon somebody that doesn't have the mental capacity to start their own show and have the balls to do it in the sunshine every morning. Your boy Saints Addiction, we out here and we're shining and we're getting away from all the ridiculousness that I've been seeing this morning when people that don't have any power, they tend to give their power over to alcohol and pretend that they have power, or give their ideas away to somebody else because they're too afraid of their own image and likeness, or they're just too afraid what other people will think. This is Saints Addiction. We out here. We fearless. Let's go. Victor. So, fuck this motherfuckers trying to get on the show, trying to swallow alcohol, or trying to be weird, or wake me up this morning. It's everybody, bro. It's on site this morning. I was just like, what they're craving is power. It's like the 48 laws of power. It's like Robert Greene speaking on it, and he spoke on it very succinctly. It's probably more than 48 laws. He might have missed a few. Let's just roll it up to 50. Let's go 50-0, Floyd Mayweather Jr. So when you are powerful, you don't worry about what other people think. You don't worry about what other people are doing, and you definitely don't care what other motherfuckers are saying. It's not your problem. Their problems are their own problems. How they get themselves up in the morning, how they rise and shine, how they motivate themselves, or what they think of themselves. It's going to be a complete inside job. And this is why it's so nice to be outside. We outside. You know what I'm saying? It's the perfect 72-degree weather. I got off my ass, motivated myself because I want to go down back to this festival. It's day 2. It's Saturday. And it's perfect outside. Like, this is one of the last gasp of summertime in Finland. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let myself down. See, if you have self-control, if you have self-determination, if you are actually available for yourself to be able to move yourself and do things that you necessarily don't do, you know what I mean? This chick's about to get hit too, then you'll never have control over what's going on outside of your world, outside of your mind, outside of your thinking processes. We all align to what we think is high time that we start aligning with ourselves and our mind and moving our mind enough to get our body to move, get our soul to move, get ourselves to move, because that seems to be the biggest issue. The thing against us is our comfort zones, being able to say, nah, I won't do that. That's just way too much work. I was watching somebody this morning and it was just like, if I have to do it myself, why do I need a man? All the girls are going, don't need a man. I'm available for a strong, independent man when I'm a strong, independent woman. And it was just like this. It was like, if you are strong and independent, then you stay independent. You're not dependent on someone, but you're also not inner with someone. And if you're just only for your one, then you have nothing. You have nothing if you're just somebody that just absorbs oxygen or absorbs sunlight or, takes a shit, eats and breathes every day. The whole idea of becoming with life is to procreate life, is to give something that is bigger than something that's on the shelf or something that you can buy, but something that you can create. And that's what we want to do. We want to create life. Every other thing around us, the trees are growing ever so closely. Look, there's the fall. You can see it. You can see the changing. They're already turning orange and yellow. Oh, season's over, baby. To grow up like this weed and reach one flower all the way to the top so that it can produce a seed to produce itself in a mimic of itself. That's the whole thing that we do as greedy, selfish bastards that humans are. We're dirty, greedy, and selfish. What we do is we can only see us. We only see the way that we look at ourselves. We only hear the words that we tell ourselves, and the inner power can't be seen. It has to be felt. And that's the difference between other people and me. Is what I do is I see my energy. I don't just see what other people are seeing. I feel my energy inside of me grow by leaps and bounds, by something that I would say, oh, here comes 2 women that are walking down the street. I can feel the energy like if it was just another dude that just walked by me. It's just a dude, no energy. When you see somebody else, you see the possibility of life. You see the possibility of hunting and feeling, and the emotions rise differently. And that's why I say when people are looking, right, they're looking to see if they're finding a mate, if they're finding something safe, or if they're finding a new opportunity. And this is what it lends to believe. It's like if you have inner power, then you'll be able to control this mentally. If it goes inside you, and it will come out emotionally, then all of a sudden you're at the whims of what other people will think, what other people will judge, their perspective, and all the things that come from watching just the gaze of another human being. In their eyes, you realize that they're started judging you. There's a prejudice there. There's something that you're like, oh, you know what? They're wearing a certain type of clothes, or they're not smiling, or that's not my type of people. I did this exercise before in the BU seminar, and the guy was going like, go around. There's like 50 of us in the class. Go around and just get this close to a stranger's face, right? Just get this close and say, I trust you, I don't trust you. And you'd be surprised how people being honest, just waking up, just right in your face and go, I don't trust you. And you're like, you just met me, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know nothing about me. But that's what we do. We use a lot of our gut instincts, things that we see just with our own eyes. And this is why he was saying this morning that women, believe with their eyes, or they believe with their ears, and guys believe with their eyes. And it was like, you will ignore a bunch of random facts if your eyes are telling you something and you're just like, yeah, dude, I want to be with this girl. Oh, she stabbed her last four boyfriends. Psh, man, I like her booty. Plastic pocket challenge, y'all. Or, oh, this person looks so cute when they did this, but I know nothing about them. We're doing a lot of gut checks, a lot of instincts, and a lot of feelings to do most of our decisions instead of experiments and actually getting off of our ass and putting some energy behind it. This is the difference, When you have inner power, then you don't worry about outside powers. You don't worry about what other people's influences say to you. You do your research. You get off your ass and actually do the debate with yourself and have the conversation that it's all taking place. Here's some more plastic pocket challenge. But that just requires more work. So is it easier to just go in there, blindly let it happen and do no work? Or is it better for you to actually get off your ass, do the work, and then you won't have no one to blame because you did the research? Most of us aren't trying to do any research. We're not trying to search inside of ourselves and find that inner power. We're trying to put it on other people to say, well, if they find me or if they know me, then there's the trash can. Then they'll understand me. And the point is for inner power is to understand yourself, to grab into yourself and say, hey, self, I'm going to put myself out there and to put myself in a situation that lets me see how much power I actually have inside of me instead of what other people see or what other feelings come up when they're happening. You want to be the kind of person, or to have the ability to say to yourself, I motivate me. That's the biggest decision I made in my whole entire life, was being able to motivate myself. And that's not just something that happens easily. I'm always picking up trash, bro. Plastic pocket challenge. It's not something that comes easily, bro. What up? You all right, bro? You good? No, dude, I'm going to the show. I'll see you down there. Yo, I'll meet my friends. I'll see you there, bro. No worries. So it's like this, it's one of these things in our lives where you're going to have to see what your power does for you instead of against you. And it's a very powerful force. It's little whispers. It could be the secret conversations where you say it's not worth it, or I don't like it, or something's not right. You can do all those things over and over in your mind, but till you can actually engage your mind to do something about it, not just to receive the energy and not just to get the emotion, but to be able to change that and put it into a catalyst, put it into chemistry, put it into action. Then you got Saints Addiction. Then you got something that says, I have the power. And I have a shirt that says, I have the power. And it has your boy He-Man, because you used to have, I have the power. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the sword out and everything. We have huge amount of power, creativity, energy, and life But what'll happen is we'll get it trumped up by somebody else not believing in us, or maybe someone gave us the side eye and all of a sudden the energy dissipated, or that it's waiting for some kind of ignition for somebody else or permission to get on your own mission, dude. That's not how it works. That's not how inner power works. Inner power is saying that I have a heartbeat for a reason, and I'm alive, and I'm breathing, and I've got a decision to make what I'm going to do with this life while I'm alive. So all of us have a life. Maybe they're staring, maybe they're pushing life with the life, but not all of us actually live. And this is why we're having this conversation this morning, because it's like, if you really wanted your power to turn into something, you would shut down the self-defeatist shit, you would cut out all the ants, kill all the ants, automatic negative thoughts, and then you'd make those motherfuckers do push-ups. So, oh yeah, you want to push me down? They didn't know I was a seed. It's time to grow, baby. Oh, you didn't think I could change? Well, watch me. I'm just like a butterfly. It's ripping out of my back and I'm evolving. And then what's even more fascinating is when people try to capitulate you or get you to fold like them. I remember my friends yesterday were like, oh, he doesn't drink because he's Muslim. I was like, that's rude as fuck. I'm not Muslim. I don't drink because I don't want to lose my power. And they were just like looking at it so strange. And it was like, yeah, I look around. All my friends do is just sit, smoke weed, drink beer, get big bellies, not talk to any girls, and just sit the whole time. And I said, nothing's going to happen here. And it reminded me of this video that I watched with your boy. What's his name? What's the boy who did Pulp Fiction? Quentin Tarantino. And Quentin Tarantino was like, I wasted my life hanging out with people that didn't do anything. I wasted my life spending time with people that weren't going to go talk, learn a new language, or have the balls to talk to a girl, or even start a business. I wasted my life spending time with losers that didn't want to do anything. And this is why you have the power to choose your friends. You have the power, look at this bunny rabbit go across. You have the power to say no to drugs and alcohol. You have the power to say, hey, I'm inside myself. I want to do something with my life. I love my life, you know? I love my life enough to do something about it. And that's when you just start loving yourself. Everybody talks about self-love. It's not a skincare routine. It's not a mask you put on. It doesn't work that way. What really happens is you can talk to yourself and yourself responds. You can ignite yourself and then all of a sudden something happens. And just like right now, I'm walking straight to the festival. The people at the black party, they're putting on their makeup, they're pre-drinking, they're tailgating in the park. And I'm like, no, I'm going to the park. I'm going to go to this festival and I'm going to go say what's up. And I'm going to park and spark. And then I'm going to meet up with my friends and I'm going to enjoy this beautiful thing called a day. And that's what starts to happen. You get to be in your own way or out of your own way. It's only two choices that happen. And people that have inner power, they make it happen. You make it happen, Captain. Sure, go ahead, hit me, asshole. Like this guy, you know, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Not a car, not a prison, and not a mentality, because I freed myself from all of those things. And this is why it makes it juicy. Because when you have inner power, other people start to see, well, why don't I have the self-discipline to discipline me? Why don't I have it like that when I can say, hey, I'm actually going to quit drinking. It actually happens. Or B, you know, when I start to see certain tendencies in me, and say, you know what, I'm going to adjust that. I think I need to get on the other side of this building. We'll go down here and my friends will meet me. And then you'll have the possibilities of life to teach you what you really wanted to see, instead of believing in somebody else's dream, or following the herd, or only seeing the negative. It surrounds us. It makes us falter quickly in a hurry. Do you hear that? I can already hear the music. It's over there somewhere. Yeah. So for us to be able to live to our full potential, and not something that we go, okay, well, I said I was going to do something and it never happened. Or when I started to do it, it made me go out of my mind and I couldn't make myself go through it. Then you get into yourself and go, that's my power. I must have given my power over to something else. I must have. Good morning. How are you, bro? Say what's up.
What up?
What up? We outside. And thank you, bro. I make this shirt. Mostly Saints on Instagram. I'll make you one. Yeah, got you, bro. So, you know, it's one of those. Mostly Saints with a halo and horn. Yep, That's how it works, just out there in the street. Appreciate you. And that's where where it comes from, is like the ability to walk with my shoulders upright, do my push-ups, sit-ups. I feel like on the inside, instead of, oh, I bought a bag or I bought a car, or, I have enough money that they have to respect me. No, it comes from the inside of your respect. The real riches, what you mean like riches, like money? No, the real riches are my riches in life. The amount of people that I have as friends, the quality of my health, of my family, and my dreams make it possible for me to have everything that I've ever wanted. It's not on a shelf. What I got can't be bought. And that's the things that I seek. Trust, love, accountability. That shit ain't on the shelf. Go ahead, try to buy some. I suggest you find some, because it ain't there. It's on the inside, and that's where it gets developed. If you really have it on the inside, then no one can take it away from you. If it's to be purchased, or you are to be purchased, then you have no soul, and someone else can just take it away from you. I don't know if you can see this, but people are bungee jumping over here. So look, I'm headed to the festival right now. I'm gonna walk around and meet my friends, but when I show up, I will be in full Mark Saint mode. I will be completely ready to point out my shirts and say hello to strangers and smile at people. And they're going to be like, why is this guy yelling at his phone? I don't give a fuck what you're thinking. All I know is that I'm growing. I have the ability to go around the world, into new countries, speak new languages, and assimilate to a culture, even though that I'm different. I got darker skin. Maybe my friends think I'm Muslim because of my beard. Maybe they're judging me because I'm weird. All above board, bro. What really they're seeing is my heart. And that's why that old man came and tried to start some shit at the park. That's why I've been able to get off my ass and just go, I'm going to do this for the morning motivation. I'm going to go to this festival. I'm going to show the fuck up. I'm going to park and spark, and I'm going to enjoy my day, because that's what I want my power to do with me. I need to get off the couch. I need to go outside. I need to get fresh air. I need to get fresh sunshine, and I need to get around my friends. And then all of a sudden, I'm elevated. I'm at my best when I'm around my friends. Here he is. He said, rolling in the Apple Tree Park now. I already passed him. See? And I already passed by a stranger and they want one of the shirts. You know what I mean? Big do, okay? So it's the way you wear your energy. It's not what you wear. It's not the man that wears the clothes. It's the man that wears the clothes, not the clothes that wear the man. And that's what we all can say. We can all keep showing up with our band shirt or our all black goth outfit, or hell, maybe even just some weird bright colored shit. You're trying to signal to everybody who you are. But before you even entered the room, your aura, your personal energy shouts so loudly I can't even hear you. It's literally screaming, I'm this type of person. So before you even wore your shirt, you wore your energy. And this is why I say inner power is a whole different thing. It makes you like not a victim. That's what it does. It empowers you to take the driver's seat in your life and say, hey, I'm going in that direction. I told you I would, so I am. And then there's other people are going to be like, well, I said I was going to quit drinking alcohol, but then you started to drink, and then I capitulated, and then, there goes my inner strength. But when you have principles, like my Aunt Marlene, great Aunt Marlene would say, she would say, your principles are inconvenient. They're not there for you to be buckling under pressure. They're there for you to stay there even when there is pressure, even when you don't understand what's going on, even when all your friends are doing the opposite. You're going to say, nah, man, I want to have self-control. I want to have this thing in my life that says I love my life. I'm not going to let somebody else determine me to dislike myself. We're on the backside here. People are trying to sneak in. I'm going all the way around. I'm not trying to have somebody dissuade me or get me off of my track. My inner power is my own. You're not going to be around for that. You're not going to be around for it when I start fighting people when I'm drunk. You're not going to be around for it when I'm in the jail cell throwing up. And you're definitely not around for it when my accountability comes a knocking. And that's what ends up happening. You're going to see other people, they bleed just like you. They cry just like you, and they have a lot of excuses just like you. But the people that have inner power, they don't share that energy. They share accountability. They be like, yo, this is on me. And if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And that's the biggest thing I ever heard from Richard Bajan, one of my business mentors growing up before he died, was just saying like, you know what? I'm not reliant on somebody else's dream or energy or perspective. I'm not reliant on what they think of me. I'm going to do what I have in my heart till I die or till I live. One or the other is going to end up happening. And that's what I'm saying. I love my life! I love it. I love that this life is. Let's go this Batcave way. I love that I can go through these little back alleys and go to festivals and be outside and it's a perfect 72 degrees and there's different people and everybody has a dream or everybody has an excuse, but it's up to them to join Weed Club. Hold on. Hold on. It's up to them to join Weed Club or start a club or be a part of a club. It's up to them to have a dream, bring it from a vision out of a fart in the wind and into reality. It's up to them to actually live this thing called life and put some miles on their tires and say, I experimented. I reached inside of me and therefore I act differently. And because I was brave enough to do something about my energy, now I have results. I have something I can base it off of facts and turn it around and act like I got a pair. You know what they used to say, grow a pair, right? And grow a pair of balls or ovaries or whatever else you want to call it and start living your life. You get to see that you have a power. Witness, like Napoleon Hill said, witness a power so large that you can't even see. It's your willpower, and that's one of my designs. But your willpower will bring you to effortless ease. It'll bring you to things you never even thought you would see. And this is why I'm having this conversation, if you will, if you please, to say I am telling myself what to do. And my emotions aren't, not my results, not my perspective, but what I pull out of me and with my willpower to show up every day for myself in a way where I can be grateful for who I am and be grateful for my path and be grateful that I show up every day. And this is what it feels like, baby. Back to the fucking festival. Let's go. Yup. Festival's back over here. So, you know, the inner power is such a strong force. We call it the Force, if you will, if you're in Star Wars or any of those other kind of sci-fi movies. There's a force inside of us that's so strong that it frightens most people. You can look someone in the eye, and even if they're in prison, they might have the willpower that you could never snap. Even if they were a slave, you still can't give us free and not try to conquer me, my soul, my inherent force as a human being. That's what we're doing. We're being human. And when you're being a full human, you feel their full force of what they're about and what they do with their lives instead of what they do with their minds or what they do with their feelings or what they do with their habits. You show somebody that I'm beyond my habits. I'm beyond my addictions. I'm in control of this vessel, and it's important to me to show myself what I can be. And it's more than meets the eye, I can tell you that. Look at this dream. Look at this. Look at this. This fucking tree grew through the fucking fence, bro. If the tree can go through the fence, so can you. You know what I mean? Let's go. Your boy Barky say up at the festival, doing whatever it takes to enjoy his day and move myself forward. Got off the couch, got in the sunshine, put on my glasses and started walking. And shame where it would be other friends doing whatever they think they need to do. I'm gonna go be free and really, oh shit, they cut it off. Okay, and I'm gonna go be free, be out in this festivale and go enjoy this thing called my life. And I suggest you do too. There's a lot going on when you turn on your power and you start commanding your mind what to do. Said hi, someone else said hello, thank you. Somebody else said this message is under review. Did they curse or something? What did they say? I don't know. It's in, I don't know what they're saying, but I'm showing up. And I want you to show up in your life. Show yourself what you got. Show them that's what you're about. Don't let everything ever hesitate in your life. And then you will see what power you can grow once you decide to show the fuck up. And we're here though. Let's go. Yep. Look, everybody waiting. Not me though. I'm not waiting in any of this shade. I'm gonna go over here to my friends. Everybody's in the back. Festivale, baby. They keep cutting it off. Let's go across. Yeah, across this whole field, baby. Get around the manure. Get after things you want to see and do. This is your life to live. Make sure that you fucking live it, bro. Time goes by so fast, and it's so easy to just stay on your phone or stay comfortable or do things that you don't feel like you can do. That's the hard part. That's the fucking superpower that I'm talking about, you know? This inner power that I command myself to do things, and therefore I get to show up in this beautiful empty field, enjoying my weed, smoking, and showing up with my shirt on. What did I do? I said retouch. No, I don't want to retouch anything. I want to go inside. I want to live my life. And therefore, that's what I choose to do. And every time I put myself in motion, something ends up happening. You know, something ends up happening. And then I feel the power inside me say, it's not my excuses. You know, it's not my fear. And it's not what other people think of me. It's how I power myself. Almost like a battery, you know what I mean? I make me go. And now we're here at the Festivali, showing up for the morning motivation, smoking my weed, back where we first started this whole conversation. And that's what we're gonna do, baby. We're gonna go live our lives and be the kind of person that makes ourselves move instead of getting lost in the sauce from our excuse. So it's really up to you what you do, how you live, and how you respond. It's an inside job. And now I'm gonna go and enjoy my beautiful life because I decided to, not for permission, not for clout, and not for approval, but for cars on shirts, baby. Look at him. He just peeled it out, baby. Drop off the girl and peel out. So that's what it is. All my friends are here enjoying. I'm gonna go enjoy too. I don't see anybody over there. And enjoy this beautiful day. You know what I mean? Instead of being afraid, still sitting on the couch or hungover or whatever excuse you use, I'm gonna get the fuck up and live this life and make sure that I kick it in the shade, baby. Yeah. How many people there are? What a blessing, bro. Life's meant to be lived. And as long as you're not stressing or calculating all the things that have gone wrong in your life, and start counting the blessings, right? It's not the stressing, but the blessing. Then and only then you will actually get to see what it's like to be alive. So yeah, that's my morning motivation. Yup, your boy Barky say, live from the Finland Festival. I'm showing up, no badge needed. We're gonna walk in VIPs, my kneesy, and enjoy this thing called life. Instead of being all in our heads, all inside, all scared, we're gonna go outside and enjoy something instead of being trapped inside of ourselves talking about, oh, that went wrong, or man, I made a mistake, or that was supposed to happen. No ma'am, no sir. I'm going outside and I'm living. L-I-V-N, living. And I suggest you do the same. It's worth it. It makes me feel alive. I can feel it in my bones, Jones. I can enjoy the music. I can enjoy the girls. Yep. What happened? What did I press? Enjoy some of these girls that are walking with their beautiful outfits, chill in the shade, and make sure that I do something with my day instead of being inside the whole time, not doing anything. Now I'm looking at skirts and butts and people and shade and all sorts of things. So your boy Marky saying, we outside. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful holiday and the booties, you know what I'm saying, and do something with my mind. Now you're gonna see what it's like to see what real Finland life is like and what people look like when they're at a festival and what people do with their lives. It's all dependent on them too. So you got a choice. Either you live now, butts on shirts, or you capitulate. Hey, there he is. There's my dog. What up, bro? What up?
I'm with my boy.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to keep it rolling or what? I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll come back. I'll say what's up. Yeah. Okay. Yo. And that's it, bro. Come check out some ass with me. And that's it. So fantastic. You guys look amazing. Yes. And that's it, dude. So she said thank you. I love it. I had the balls to say what's up, and I got a good response out of it. So you can keep going the way that you want to, or you can live your life the way that you decide. That's really up to you and your inner power and how you live your life. So don't be hesitating, don't be masturbating, and don't be forgetting that life's meant to be lived as soon as you decide to live it. It's a blessing. So I'm gonna get back to it. I'm here for the festival. You guys go enjoy your day. I'm gonna go walk around and see where I can find my friends and get involved with this day. So peace and love. And as always, chigata. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. But the other side of your fear, the other side of your excuses, and the other side of the world, because that's where I be and that's where I am. Peace. I love my life.